Okay, so we've reached week 8, guys. Just as a quick recap, week 1 we looked at some basic swing stuff. Week 2 we looked at my driving. Week 3 we worked on short game. Week 4 we had a little bit of fun out on the course, have a little battle of each other. Week 5 and 6 we really started to get into some of the technical areas with my balance and my posture, and then week 7 last week we did putting. So we've covered quite a lot of stuff so far, but one thing we're going to have a look in this week, we're going to have a look at some sort of pre-shot routine work, and about how to, you know, sort of think properly, you know, when going out onto the course. So Scott, what would be your summary of importance of the sort of pre-shot routine?
Yeah, just kind of basically when you're in game mode to practice mode, is just trying to separate the two. Kind of see the shot, picture the trajectory, and have as least swing thoughts as we can, really.
Okay.
You know, it's very easy to get too clogged up out here, overthinking, and we kind of forget the shot in hand.
Yeah.
So, you know, rhythm and a bit of a pre-shot routine, which we'll work into. Everyone has got a, you know, slightly different one.
Yeah.
But we're trying to keep the pre-shot routines similar and consistent over a round of golf. Yeah, the shape of the swing, the feeling wants to be done kind of in this box.
Yep.
You know, that feeling of what we talked about last time, the hands freewheeling through, bit of rhythm to it. Okay, and then when you get into obviously the hitting box, we want to, you know, get you set up right, and then just clear your mind.
Yeah.
Focus on the shot. Right. Yep, good balance. Yeah, good shot.
This is a shot where previously I'd be quite scared by this shot. I'd be scared about, you know, duffing it and not getting it anywhere, because it's quite a tight lie. But you know, from the work that we've done, I do feel a lot confident with here, because what I'm thinking about here is I'm thinking about a nice skidding action, and you know, I've been practicing. You know, I feel like I've got my, you know, my backswing right, you know, got the right weight. So
don't focus too much what's in front.
No.
I.e. the hazards or anything.
Yep.
Just trust the practice you've done on your yard and your arm swing.
Yep. So I'm just going to do with that last little thoughts again here. Just get that skidding action, and then address the ball, and we go. So that's just popped up onto the green. Okay. I'm relatively happy with that. Right, few practice swings, get that swing thought, and which I'm really trying to get that left side tighter impact, hitting the ball up. So, and I've got my target line, thinking of that, so I'm just going to go in, clear my mind, and hit.
In this part here, or you can do it here. Some players like to do this side.
Yeah.
Some players like to do this side. But
yeah.
You're kind of working out, kind of, you know, again, your arm swing.
Yeah.
A good little tip I've got is, you know, keep your eyes fixed on the hole.
Yeah.
Something that Tiger does well. He kind of glares at the hole.
Yeah. What? And then a little practice swing. Yeah.
Transmits from his brain to his arms.
Yeah.
Kind of the right kind of distance for that shot.
So I'm thinking, I'll get my line here. I'll get my pace here.
Your homework's done in that box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as I address the ball, I'm just gonna, just a couple, looking at the hole.
Visualise the route as well if you're looking.
Yeah, I feel like I've got the route.
Hit the right line.
Yeah, just didn't quite get the pace.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend, Scott, if I was in a situation where I do my pre-shot routine, I address the ball, but then as I'm stood over the ball, my mind starts wandering, and I start, you know, cluttering myself. What would be the best sort of, like, you know, course of action there?
Back off it. You'll see a lot of top players sometimes are not quite ready. They don't feel right, either setup wise, so they'll start again and they go through that routine again.
Yeah.
And that comes with practice. You know, what I see, the more experienced player, his routine is kind of sharper and and much more precise every time.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we try to do with golfers.
Yeah, because there was one time just out on the course just there where I did my pre-shot routine. I got up to the ball, a few extra thoughts started creeping into my mind, and then I didn't quite hit the shot that I was looking for. And some people that I play with, the high handicappers that I play with, they'll hit a bad shot and they'll say to me something like, just never felt right, but they never they almost just accepted that things weren't right and then went through with the shot.
I think the more you think, the more doubt comes in.
Yeah.
So they're thinking either on something that's not relevant to that shot. Suddenly they forget about the shot in hand, they don't commit to it. So again, yeah, it's just trying to declutter, put in there one swing thought. You should have done enough practice kind of to work in that routine.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it's about to chuck it down with rain and we're losing the light, so we'd love to stay talking all day about pre-shot routines, but we'll have to leave it there and we'll come back to you next week with lesson 9.